Hello, my friends. Today we get to talk about self-sabotage. Oh my goodness. Been the queen of this myself over the years. So if you're someone who struggles with this, being someone who tends to take two steps forward and then find yourself taking one step back, you see some good in your life, see some success, and then you find yourself right back to where you started and you don't know why, then this video is for you. Self-sabotage can be a very hindering thing. It really can stop us from achieving our goals. It can be really, really frustrating, especially when you don't understand what's happening. This shows up in a lot of different ways. It could be that let's say you get a job interview, right? And you find yourself putting off preparing for that interview until the very, very last minute, right? Or you find yourself going out the night before and staying up way too late or partying, or even subconsciously that next morning when you're getting up to go to the interview, you end up showing up a little bit late. Or it could be that, in the dating realm, you find a guy you like or a girl you like, and you're looking for any little reason why you should break up. I was watching an episode of Seinfeld yesterday, and the girl that Seinfeld was dating, she ate every single piece of every single pea with a fork, one by one. It drove him absolutely nuts. He had to break up with her. Or you're someone who, you get a promotion at work, or you have a project that's really important that you need to do, and you just absolutely delay getting it done. You find ways to procrastinate and not get it done. Or in the fitness realm, you have a really good workout, or you've lost a certain amount of weight, and then you find yourself just overeating that same night or that weekend, whatever it looks like. Okay. And this is a lot of the times when self-sabotage shows up, it really is a way for us it's subconscious. It's a way for us to protect ourselves due to underlying fear, whether we're aware of it, of those fears or not. Could be fear of rejection, fear of not being good enough, fear of failing, fear of, putting ourselves out there, being vulnerable and then getting hurt. Or it could be a fear of losing our independence. It's a lot of different things that we might be coping with. But this is this tendency that when good things happen, when things go right, we find a way to take it away. Maybe we feel like we don't deserve it. Maybe we don't feel like it's real. Maybe we don't feel like it'll last, right? And so we find a way to just take it away from ourselves. And I learned about this concept a few years ago, and it really stuck with me, it's called the upper limit of happiness. And what it essentially means is that there's sort of this cap on the amount of happiness, of the amount of feeling good that we allow ourselves. It's kind of like a thermostat. Right? When we reach the top limit, we find a way to knock ourselves back down, because when we're at that feel good, we're not used to it. It can be a weird feeling. Oh, things are going right. This is weird. I've done this a lot with the self-sabotage, right? I've had a lot of days where it'll be a pretty good day, and my partner will ask me later, like, oh, how was your day? And even in my language, I noticed that, oh yeah, it was a really good day. Like, I was pretty productive. But I don't know, the work I was doing was really kind of mindless stuff. So I don't know how productive it really was. I was productive, so I don't allow myself to feel good about the day that I had. I immediately take it away. I've done this too when I'm working with clients. I've worked with clients and we have a really good conversation, and then I find a way to say, yeah, it was good. But then I'll go and do something like indulge in a bad habit, right? I'll smoke some weed, or I'll binge eat, and that in itself is me taking it away. I feel too good. I better bring myself back down, because this feeling too good is very unfamiliar and I'm not sure I deserve it. And it feels strange. So that kind of stuff happens a lot. We say, I can't feel too good, right? And then we find a way to get negative. Or we indulge in a bad habit because it's just an unfamiliar feeling, and we kind of bring ourselves back down to where we think we deserve to be, and where we feel kind of more comfortable, even if that comfort isn't necessarily a place that makes us really happy. But to contrast this, this is really important, is like, as we bring awareness to this, like, yesterday I went to visit my parents, and I've always, over the years, I've had a pretty rocky relationship with my parents, and I've worked really hard at building the kind of relationship that we have now, which is absolutely wonderful. I love my relationship with my parents now, and I'm so grateful. And so we hung out all day. It was 4th of July. I came back, I got in my car, and I remember I kind of just was sort of overwhelmed by this feeling of happiness, and I felt good, and I felt so loved and grateful. And there was a minute there where I recognized that, and I thought, whoa, this feels unfamiliar. This feels a little weird. And what I decided to do was I turned off the music, and I allowed myself to just sit in that feeling and bask in it. And I told myself, you deserve to feel this way. I deserve to feel loved. I deserve to, and I just allowed myself to feel that gratitude and really embraced it. And I was driving home with just a smile on my face, and I didn't take it away. I allowed myself to feel good. There are other times where I've left my parents' house, even if it was a good day, and I went and I would smoke weed, or I would eat my feelings, or whatever it was. I would find a way to take it away. But this yesterday was such a wonderful feeling where, when you kind of notice like those feelings of goodness, of happiness, to number one, bask in it, enjoy it, acknowledge yourself, acknowledge your achievements, acknowledge how far you've come, acknowledge even the progress that you made, even if it's so small. Acknowledge that, be present, and really feel that happiness. And if there is this is number two, if there is some sort of level of discomfort there, maybe naturally so, to drop into your body and recognize where that's showing up, and really become aware of what that feels like when you're feeling that discomfort, so you can notice those patterns. So the next time it happens, you can go, oh, this is just me feeling discomfort. Because the next thing is to understand, when you have that discomfort, where is that coming from? What is coming up? Usually there's an inner voice, that inner critic that kind of comes up that says you don't deserve this, or starts telling you reasons why you're not good enough, or it starts just coming up with all these ways of which you don't deserve to feel this way. So you can ask that voice, what are you really afraid of? What are you really afraid of? So that you can start to understand and start to observe those patterns, understand the fears that are coming up, so that you can start to build some resilience to those fears. And when we can do that, when we can really start to become aware of those moments in which we take away our happiness, in which we realize that we are at the threshold, at the top of our thermostat, our upper limit of happiness, that we can recognize the ways in which we try to talk ourselves down, get negative, indulge in bad habits that take us away, take that happiness away. I had a wonderful therapist who always told me, Maggie, don't take it away. Don't take it away. Are you taking it away? Don't take it away. And when we can start to really understand that, that's when we can really allow ourselves to feel that happiness, allow ourselves to embrace our potential, and shake off the fear, build that resilience, and really continue on the pathway of that progress that we're making, so we can ultimately achieve our goals and feel really happy, feel good about who we are, what we're doing, and who we're becoming. And so that's what I want to share with you guys today. Don't take it away. Embrace the feel good. You deserve it.